Hello everyone, I am Robin with robinswreathery. We're going to be working with our Scarecrow kit tonight, and we're going to add him to the Dollar General. We took apart our dangle leg 4th of July gnome, and now we are going to go ahead and add our Scarecrow. So just let me see if I can pull everything up here and we will get started. I hope you all had a nice weekend. There we go. Found one more, and then we're ready to go. Say hello when you're popping on. Let me know where you're watching from. Okay, looks like we've got comments on Facebook. Yay! Now if we can just get comments. Oh my goodness. Welcome. We did it. In both places, no problem. Jeez. I feel like we're jinxed. And tonight we're actually on in both places. Now, maybe we'll have comments the entire night. Wouldn't that be great? Alright, so our Scarecrow comes in several pieces here. I've already painted some, and I went ahead and I stained the back because I want him to have a uniform color on the back, because he may be seen from the back depending on where I put the truck. So I went ahead and I had this ribbon, and I turned my piece over and traced it, and then cut out the ribbon and did the Mod Podge on it on the top of the hat. Hi Joanne! And on the brim of the hat. Okay, actually I went and put him on the Scarecrow head, and I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to put it on the Scarecrow hat. So I peeled it off and put it on here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and finish decorating him. I like these colors because the orange and the burgundy, they are in the ribbon that I'm going to be using on that. So I thought I would go ahead and use that. Also, this part, the collar part of him, I turned it over, because you don't want to do it this way, because then when you put it on, it'll go on the back. So you've got to flip this over, trace it, and I used this scrapbook paper. This is Farmhouse. I got this at Hobby Lobby. So there's all kinds of greens in here, so that's where I got that. So we've got his arms stained. Got the back already stained. We've got most of his head done. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color his hair like a yellow. Now the only thing you're coloring on here is just the hair here, because the brim of the hat is going to cover up the rest. So I just take it up to where the hat starts and the hair ends. These are the Posca markers, paint markers. I love these things. So we're just going to give him some golden hair. I think I have another one here. Yes. There we go. They last a long time, but when they go, they go. There's no pulling them back. So there's that. That hat is still a little tacky. And then this is going to get glued here. So it's going to totally cover up what I didn't paint. I'm going to pull the camera down a little for you so you can get a better view, hopefully, of what I'm working on. How's that? Hi, Marcia. How are you? Alright, so we've got his hair done. We've got his hat done. Now, when this is done drying, and this part is, but this isn't, sometimes I find I have to get in a little closer. And when I do the Mod Podge on the edge of the fabric, it makes it really stiff and easy to cut. These are like an embroidery scissors. Let me see if I can get, see how they have a curve to them? That just makes it easier for me to cut in close. It's just a way to trim it when it's dry. And when it's wet, you don't want to mess with it. You want to let it dry, because when you let it dry, it gets really hard and it's easier to cut. So that's what I rely on those for. So I've already got this part of it done, so I'm going to go ahead and glue some of these pieces together and let them dry while we're finishing the rest of them. So I already went and did this with the Mod Podge and the scrapbook paper. So you don't always have to paint. You can use fabric, you can use ribbon, you can use scrapbook paper. You can use a lot of items. There we go. Then we're going to go ahead and glue here. Oh, thank you, Marcia. Did you get your package yet? If not, it should be on its way. And I got your anchors in there. So we'll let that off to the side, because that's already done. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint his gloves. And I'm just going to use a white paint. Hi, Nanny Dot. Yeah, I got a little bit on there. So, do I have any more Q-tips left? Doesn't look like I do. Yes, I do. I like to use my Q-tips in here like this to get out that excess. There we go. I should have blotted it a little bit better. I always go away from, so I don't. Oh, you're over here. Oh, good. I bet you are excited. There's a lot of neat stuff in that package. I always go away from, so you don't want to go this way, because then it'll all beat up on the outside there. Hi, Carol. I got your message. My phone was charging, so I didn't respond, but thank you. I'll let you know. He's kind of miserable right now because he can't eat for 24 hours. So he has to rely on Jell-O and broth, and he hates Jell-O. So he's not a happy camper. But he's out in the garage trying to finish up some orders for me. So hoping that'll keep him busy, but I think everybody's calling him. So we're just going to get another. He has to be there at 5 tomorrow. So this should be fun. And then I went and got more on it. So there's one glove. And we'll do the other one. And Wyatt is loving his toy, Carol, so thank you. He is something else today. He is wound. I think his mama's in heat, so I'm hoping he doesn't smell it. We don't need a little turkey on my hands. Alright, so we'll put that aside. Thank you. Okay, so I think we're going to do the eyes. Let's see. I'm going to do them brown. I'm just going to dot because I don't have a fine marker here and I don't want to get outside the lines, so if I just dot it close to, it should kind of spread over there. There we go. Now, before I do that, I should have painted his face. Dang it. Okay, let's see. I kind of wanted his face not to be white, but let's see. I wonder what this would look like. Well, we can always change it, right? Thank you, Marcia. Yeah, he's not happy. Glad to hopefully get it taken care of, but it's just a mess. Alright, so let me see where this starts. Okay, so I kind of want to go down in here. I'm using an angle brush. An angle brush really helps you get close to lines. See how you can work with that and not go in? It helps for cutting in close in a straight line. See that? And I may wish that I added a little weight to this. I can always go back and change it. Now I'm just going to go up in here because it's going to get covered over anyhow. With the pieces that lay on top. When I'm doing it this way, I'm actually putting all my weight on here. So that keeps me light where the paintbrush is concerned. Because if you get too heavy-handed, you're going to go in that line. And you don't have to use a paintbrush. If you're more comfortable with the markers, you can get really close with the markers. Like I said, I'm not sure I'm going to like this color. I actually should have used the skin tone, but we'll see. I can always go back and touch it up if I don't like it. But see, I don't have to go in and paint all this. There you go. Marcia said, just leave it. He's out in the sun all day. And I don't really need to paint here because that's going to get covered up too. But I'm just going to try and finish it off a little. And is Nancy on? Boy, her package. Wait till you see the new way we're packaging the items. It's great because it keeps all the pieces together. I take my hairdryer to the shrink wrap and it just shrinks it tight. It's great. There we go. That looks okay. Now, after that dries, I have these oil pastels that I use some of the time, and they're really nice for blending. So we're going to give him some rosy cheeks. So when that dries a little, I'm actually going to put a little bit at the end of his mouth and kind of rub it in. I could have even used this color. That would have been, but I may have use for this. So I may want to like dirty this up a little. All I'm doing is putting a little on the edge, and then I'm going to rub it in, and like I said, dirty it up a little. Just lightly rubbing it on. And then I'm going to take this and dirty it up. See how that just kind of takes away that stark yellow and just kind of blends it in. I love working with the pastels. And I think I just got those from like Michael's or one of those places. Let's see how it just puts like a little shadow in there. Just a little bit of color. Makes them look worn up, worn down, worn up. See, I probably should have done it when before I put that brim on. I could have got closer up there, but that's not too bad. There we go. So it kind of makes it look ruddy. That's the word I was looking for. All right. So see, I think I am going to change this color. That's a little darker than I want it to be. So oh, see how that shot out? Well, we're just going to use that up. We're not going to waste it. Holy cow. That's more like the color I wanted. Now, if you get it in there, you just take an X-Acto knife and run it along your line. And it just clears it right out. See that? But I kind of like this color, this flesh color over that color, because then it's not really flesh. It's a little bit darker than the flesh color. That's better. Oh yeah. Okay, that's what I wanted. If any of you have been following the story about Queen Elizabeth, my grandmother was from England, and she had cousins there, and I find it very interesting. So I've been trying to watch as much as I could. There. That's better. Kind of mixing it in with that brown or taupe or whatever it was. And see, I don't have to get real fancy over here because we're covering that up. Much better. Yep. I like it. All right, now let's... Yep, that's who I call Nanny Dot. Nanny Dot takes care of my dogs when I go away. And that's what everybody calls their Nanny Dot. Uh-oh, we're running out of comments again. I'm sorry if I'm not seeing your comments. It will not let me. Sometimes I love Facebook, and then other times I do not like it. Maybe if I type there, it'll show me the other. It still won't show me the other. Ugh. Well, if I don't see your comments, I will try and go back on Facebook tomorrow and respond to them. I'm sorry it's not showing us. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's get our baby wipe out here. I love working with this countertop because you can just get all the paint off of it when you're done. And it doesn't show. Nothing worse than a dirty area when you're trying to show somebody how to do something. I don't like it. I lose sight of what we're doing when it looks a mess. There we go. Alright, let's go on to his nose. Now, I think for his nose, I'm going to use this color. I kind of like that color. It's brown, but it's not brown. So let's just do that. And then rub it in. Oh yeah, look at that. That is too cute. Yes, Nanny Dot is invaluable to us. If you want to join us over at YouTube, we have comments over there. So Joanne and Carol, if you're writing questions, I cannot see. I'm sorry. I want this a little bit darker. There, like that ruddy color. We're going to put that right there. Now, is this dry enough yet? Almost. Well, we can glue his hands on. We can do that. And we can go ahead and color. Let's go ahead and color this. This is going to go on his hat. It's like a little sunflower. I don't know what color this does. Nope. Well, yes, I'm going to use this like salmon color because when it dries, I'm going to actually add some of that ruddy color to it. So, I think we need more here. Should be using the tape for this. There we go. There. Now, hope you can see what I'm doing. Now, I think I'm just going to put a few dots on that. There we go. All right, this is going to go on his hat, which now, I wish I would have did that orange. I'll let that dry and then I'll take care of it. All right. We're going to put this on his face. For those just watching, we're using the Stick Fast CA Thick. Alright, we got that on. Let's do his hands. And make sure when you're doing his hands that you have the right glove on the right hand. So check it out ahead of time before you paint it. Then you make sure you've got it in the right place. Alright, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to put him together. So that is his full body, and that goes on first before the neckline. So I'm just holding it down a little bit. Then this piece goes on. Make some kind of 3-dimension. So I'm going to put the glue on here. That way we don't put glue where we don't need it. I'm always guilty of that. So there's that. Then before I put this on, I'm going to do his rosy cheeks. So I'm just going to put this right to the edge of his mouth. And we're just going to rub it in a circle. We're just giving him a little rouge. And see, if I had the hat on, I couldn't do this. If you put too much on, rub a little harder, and it will come off to a certain extent. I think he needs a little more on this side. And I think we're going to rub that off a little. There we go. So there his face is. Hi, Judith. Welcome. So then we're going to put his little, oh my gosh, he's so cute. We're going to put his little hat on. And then he will be all together. He is, isn't he? Judith got a sneak peek of him, or was it? No, maybe it wasn't Judith. Maybe it was Diane. All right, and then that, it's in need of something. Let me see here. We gotta fix this up a little. Let me see. We're using some pastels to rub in some color, Judith. That's what these are, oil pastels. And we gave them a little rouge, and we dirtied them up a little in spots with this, and then just kind of rubbed it. If it's not dark enough, we can go back and add more. Okay, it was. I forget who I showed what to. I'm sorry. I'm just ruddying him up around the edges. Just kind of drawing and then going back and rubbing it just to get it darker. You can do the same effect with paint. You can do the same effect with stain. I'm just trying to give you some different ideas. Now, we are going to go back. I just can't seem to get those 3 petals darker. Maybe I'm just rubbing too much. Okay. I'm going to glue that on. And you know what? I think I kind of like it here. So, put it right there. There we go. Now I'm going to take this and we're going to do some extra little areas in here. I think I want it about right there and then right about there. And then I'm going to add some dots in between. See if I can get up in here. I can. That's a good idea. I'll have to look, Marcia, when I'm off. I know I do. I do, darling. Look at that. But I'm not liking that. I think it needs like a brown one. So, let me see. Geez. Now I'm losing pom-poms everywhere. I do. I have it on the other side, I think. I have these, but they're not small enough, so I may have to cut one of those and put it on. I'll try that later. Or maybe we could do a green one. These might be too big. These are felted ones and they're too big. I'll find it afterwards, but that's a great idea. Okay. Now, kind of want to do another one here. And kind of want to do it on his nose too. And I think that's it. Now what I am going to do is take a tiny piece of the raffia and I'm going to tie it around his neck. Then I think I'm going to tie some here. Let's double it. And depending on what the outcome of tomorrow is, that will determine if I will be live on Wednesday. So I will probably be, but you just don't know. So I just want everybody to be aware. There we go. Trim a little bit of this, trim a little bit of that, and we should have enough to do that side too. Yes. Yes, it is perfect for the truck. I was hoping you'd be on tonight. Can't make him a dangle leg because he's not supposed to have legs. So there we go. How did that come off? Probably because the surface. Alright, so there's what we got so far. So let's clean up some of this mess. So I wanted to show you first a trick of mine. I have this little U that's going to go on the back here to put his dowel on him because he's going to stand up in the truck. But what I wanted to show you is I use makeup brushes or makeup sponges a lot when I'm doing the stain, because I just use this to dip it in and slide it through, and then when I have it all done, then I go back and see my hand is never touching. So then I go back and I just spread it out with this side of it, and then I toss them. I hate working with stain and having to clean the brushes all the time with a solution because it's a stain. So this is great. Use them and toss them. That's another one of my secrets. So I went and took our Noom out of the truck, but what I want to kind of do is see where I need, how far down I want this. I think right about there is good. So right about there. So I'm going to kind of flip it up this way, so then I know I bring it back right there, and flip it over right about there. Then I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to put my rod in here and glue it right there. We have these U-shapes for sale in our Etsy shop. Then I put that down in there in the glue, and then I use this to hold it in place till it's done drying. Okay? Isn't he cute? Look at him. Alright, so now let's jack up the truck. Alright, I left some of the greenery in here because I think I'm going to leave some of it in there, but I'm actually going to cut it shorter because I want it really down in there. Now, there is a video on YouTube on decorating this truck with the dangle leg gnome. The truck came from Dollar General. It was 10 bucks. They had it out there. No, it's not the one I made parts for. You're getting a wooden truck. This is a metal truck that I got back around Memorial Day. They had blue and they had red. And I since went back looking for the red because I thought, ooh, I could keep that for Christmas. They have none left. So you should always keep your eye out for a little metal truck. You just never know. Yeah, the one you have is the, Marcia, is the flat truck that you can put different. Hi, Jeannie. We are getting comments on Facebook. Cool. We weren't a little while ago. I guess it comes and goes. So I'm just using this as filler, kind of to fill the bottom so you don't see the styrofoam. Where'd that come from? That's got to come out of there. Alright, this has to come out and be cut down. Oops. We pulled that one apart. We got to fix that. I got some new items to show everybody. They're really cool. So after we get this put together, I've been posting them. I did post a picture of the laser cutting one of the ornaments because everybody wanted to see pictures of that. This is a truck I leave on my table and we just do it for different seasons. My grandsons love the truck. Alright, now see, I have enough room to stick him down in there. Let me pull it up a little because you're not getting all the picture. But there's him. Get rid of some of this mess. There he is. Isn't he handsome? Alright, so now we can kind of decorate. As I like to say, jack them up. Now I have some of these pumpkins. I thought some of these blue ones would look cute in here. Maybe one. Let's see if I have one with a... Ooh, I do. I have one with a spike. Let's go ahead and put that like right in front here. And of course, we need a leopard one in there too. That's cute. Now there is room in the back, so we could put some back here. Not liking that one. Maybe I'll glue that to that one. There. What did I do? I threw out a good metal spike that I can use for this one, which I need my glue plugged in. So let's do that first. And I have a little bit of everything here. Some of that. And maybe we have some room for some of this. Yeah, I think we do. Let's stitch that. I don't like that one. Madeline! Sorry if I yelled in your ears. She just doesn't listen sometimes. And I know she's barking at my husband, and that's probably getting him irritated. I have these little flowers too. I kind of want to cover up this thing in the back so we're not seeing that. So I'm going to do that with the flowers. And we can add some leaves to that too. We covered that right up. Alright, let's bring it around to the front. And let's continue jacking it up. And see what we end up with. Now, let's put some of these in the front. Some thread on it. See, there's so much you can do with this truck. So if you're in Dollar General and you see one, pick it up. Kind of like that bright color. Amy! Hello, girlfriend! Amy's in the house. I was wondering where you guys were. Isn't that cute? Now, I think I want to put some of this in there. I think we're pretty good on a lot of this stuff. I don't think I need, well, I could put a different texture in here. Let's go ahead. Let's have it come out this side. Always good to add another pop of texture. Hey, Abba. Are you watching, girlfriend? There we go. Kind of like that. It's a different shade of orange, but it has some texture to it. It's called Queen Anne's Lace. That's not short enough. Oh, it bent. I don't want that. There. Let's kind of mix that in there with it like that. All right, then let's get some of this in there. And I think we're done. We done jacked it up. Let's see. Oh, come on. Yeah, kind of like that right there. Now let's just give it a little. Y'all have a good weekend. Oh! Oh no. Now what? Oh. I'm sorry. Oh no, it doesn't have anything to do with the flooding, does it? I hope not. There's just some terrible things happening all over the place. Isn't that cute? And then we'll put some of this in the back. Now, we might be able to get away with leaving this all in one hunk and spreading it around like that. And kind of playing with it that way. Now I'm thinking I need a blue one back here. Right over there. I think that's good. Oh, we're losing some out the front here. No, we needed the glue gun for that one. There we go. These pumpkins came from Hobby Lobby last year. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. There. There, like that. But I think we need more of this over there. Never a good time for that. It's everywhere. Okay, I think we are done. There is our scarecrow. I had to think for a minute. Like, what the what? Alright, let's show you some new stuff. Alright. This is one of the new banks I just did. Now, this looks like this before I print on it. The same way I make the signs is how I make these. It comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, and then I press the design on it and glue the whole thing together. I have to put the hook on this. That just makes that noise in the beginning, but then it has plexiglass in there. Well, we all feel bad. We feel your loss. We get it. So this is the ladybug one. Now I've since changed the design. I've actually taken these flowers and made a bigger one for here and here, so it balances out better. So that is one. The next one is probably going to be Paw Patrol, because my grandson Eve and Alex are twins, and they have a birthday coming up in October. So So I just thought I'd show you what it looks like before we print on it and before we put it together. Because his name is Alex. So that's one to show you. Then, I don't know if y'all saw the Wyatt flag. Happy fall, y'all. Because they've been asking for a fall flag since we did spring and summer and St. Patrick's Day. They wanted a flag for fall. So we have that. Then, you know how I am with angels. I just love my angels. Well, I had to make a flag. And then I had to make a sign to match it. But I couldn't decide. I have now, I think, 5 of these angel signs in there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do this on Wednesday or Monday. But the plan is to make a wreath using this sign and then put this outside the door. So I have a sign with a matching flag. So that's the plan. So those were the new items that I wanted to show you. I think that was it. I think that was. Thank you, Judith. I just love those colors. Where are we at here? There we go. It's kind of like a teal. I'm into that teal color all of a sudden. I don't know why. Oh my gosh. But I have angel wings that are going to go with this sign. And I think it's going to look pretty, like with the teal and the gold. OMG. I think that's going to look so cool. So, there's the Wyatt flag. Our little 1-year-old. He had quite the party. He pooped out after 3 days. He was tuckered out. He greeted everybody for the most part. But there we go. There's our little scarecrow. So we took out the gnome and we put this in. So, and see, you can't even see on the back where his stick is, which is great. So I can put this in the middle of the table. It can be seen all around and won't be an issue. Okay, so he's listed. The bank is listed. I would, if you're considering a bank for Christmas, I would think about it soon. Because I have a feeling we're going to get slammed right before Christmas. So, does anybody have any questions? And so wanted to get one of these in there. Yeah, I'll just leave it on the side like that. I love, look at that. We could have used just the sunflower. Thank you. On the back. If it was smaller, I think I'd stick it on the front. The front really lends itself to wire because we had ribbon on the side and we had ribbon on the front, and then we had a little sign on the back. So it's a good little truck. It's versatile. So there we go. Thank you. I thought I had smaller ones. No, I don't. I don't. I just have the big ones. That's okay. Alright, you all have a great evening. If you didn't hit the share button, if you could, I'd really appreciate it. I have to rely on us to get the word out from now on. So any assistance is greatly appreciated. Alright, I'll talk to you soon, and hopefully I will see you all on Wednesday. Alright, have a good night. Thank you.